Namaskar. Today I am going to discuss how to write literature review if your study is quantitative study or mixed method study. So it is different from the qualitative study literature review. Here one model I am going to discuss and I hope this is going to benefit you. So what we focus in the quantitative study or mixed method study, we are focusing on the variables that are independent variable, dependent variable and the relationship between both the variables. These things we are studying in our quantitative or mixed method study. So when we are going to write literature review about these kind of studies, what we are doing? We are writing it differently. So we are having majorly 5 sections in this literature review chapter. And here one thing more, even if you are writing it for your research article, you can follow this model. Or dissertation and thesis, mostly when we are writing for quantitative and mixed method research, we are using this model very frequently. So what these 5 sections are? First one is introduction. What we are writing in the introduction part? We are telling our reader how the organization of the chapter has been made, what have been mentioned in which section, that briefly we are telling our reader. And then comes second section, that is about your independent variable, the independent variable that you are studying and how it has been studied previously, that we are reviewing here. So maybe you are having one independent variable like social media engagement and how it is working on some psychological or physical health or anything else. So that is second part of this study. Here our independent variable is social media. So social media engagement we have already searched in the previous literature and that we are going to review here one by one. This is for one variable. If you are having one independent variable, that you are mentioning all the relevant literature work or all the relevant work you are mentioning here and reviewing here. But if you are having more than one independent variable like education and money, how it is impacting like lifestyle or something else. So here the independent variable is money and education, 2 variables we are having independent variables. So that we are mentioning in 2 subsections. Don't write everything about these 2 variables at one place. No, don't do that. Make it subsections. If you are having 3 independent variable, make another section. If you are having 4, make one more. So number of independent variables you are having, accordingly you have to make the subsections and then you mention it one by one. Then comes third section, that is about dependent variable. So here you have to review the previous scholarly work regarding the dependent variable, how it has been studied. Like independent variable, if you are having any one dependent variable, social media engagement impact on psychological health. So maybe psychological health you are having multiple items but one dependent variable is there. Maybe you are having 2 physical and psychological both. So you are having 2 dependent variable, again make 2 subsection. If you are having more than this, accordingly you have to make that number of subsections to analyze it. And then comes the fourth section, that is what is the relationship between the dependent variable and independent variable. So in comparison of other sections, this is going to be short one and containing studies that are extremely close to the proposed topic. And we are mentioning here studies where nothing has been written on this topic what you are going to propose, and here you better construct a section that is as close as possible to the topic, and then review the studies that has addressed the topic at a more general level. So here you can show the gap that what have not been studied by previous researcher. Suppose social media impact on youth. So various studies have been conducted about the negative impact, addiction, psychological health. So here we can study how social media is positively impacting whom, because youngsters have been studied by many previous researchers. So here we can take it for LGBT community or any other community who have not been studied by previous researcher. So positive impact of social media on LGBT community, that we can introduce here. So this way we are going to write the fourth section. This is very important section because you are going to introduce the proposed work on the basis of the gap that have been found in the previous researches. So accordingly you have to take the articles that you are going to mention here, and then comes the last one, summary part. What we are doing in the summary, here we are highlighting the most important study. Out of all the studies, we have to mention here the most important study and also try to capture the major themes. What came out of all that studies? So theme must have been emerging out of all that studies, that you have to mention here and suggest why your research is needed. On the basis of that theme and that gap, here you have to mention your study. What is the need of your study and how you are going to fill that need through your studies. In the 5 sections, we are writing our literature review when we are going to conduct quantitative or mixed method research. Hopefully, this video is going to benefit you. If you like this video, subscribe and press the bell button so that you can get notification when I am uploading the new video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much.